Right now, a journey to the bottom of the ocean will tell you what famous shipwreck you could visit. And also, a man arrested for serving alcohol to a minor and bringing her to Pinellas County. And later, we'll have the latest on an E-News anchor and her struggle with cancer. All that and more. 96 News starts right now. Hello everyone and welcome to 96 News. I'm Ryan Shea and this is the week of December 5th. Well, a 26-year-old Auburndale man has been arrested after a young girl goes missing. Police say that Matthew Calvin brought a 13-year-old girl to Pinellas County to take her fishing. He also allegedly gave the girl alcohol after meeting her online. As the Lakeland Ledger reported, the girl was found in a taxi coming back from St. Petersburg. She was then reunited with her family. Calvin is facing charges of obscene communication and traveling to meet a minor. Well, now it's time for your weather with Molly Todd. Molly, what's happening outside?
Despite the cold front that came through last weekend, we will be experiencing high temperatures and mostly sunny skies through the rest of the week. Beginning with tomorrow, Tuesday, the high will be 82 degrees and the low 58. Wednesday, the high will be 81 and the low of 56. As we move towards the end of the week, we'll see highs of 72 degrees. If you're planning on going to the beach this weekend, you'll want to stay away from Cocoa Beach on Sunday because we'll be experiencing heavy scattered thunderstorms.
Polk police arrested 31 people in a prostitution ring. Police responded to ads on websites that referred to prostitution using undercover officers. Some of those arrested were also charged with drug possession. Well, 96 News' Angela Caseta has the latest on the health of televangelist Billy Graham. Angela?
Evangelist Billy Graham, who is battling pneumonia for the second time this year, was showing improvement at the North Carolina hospital on Sunday, but no date has been set for his discharge. Officials at Mission Hospital in Asheville say Graham also is progressing in his program of physical therapy and is walking more in the private corridor outside his room. Graham was admitted Wednesday night after suffering from congestion, a cough, and a slight fever that was later diagnosed as pneumonia. Graham, a preacher of a Christian gospel to million followers worldwide and a spiritual advisor to several U.S. presidents, was treated in May for a previous stretch of pneumonia. The 93-year-old evangelist was visited over the weekend by his immediate family, including his son and his daughters. If his improvement continues, Graham will be out by the holidays. I'm Angie Quesada reporting live with 96 News.
Thanks, Angela. Well, we want to remind you of a benefit happening in Tallahassee. ABC 27's Good News Show host Kristen Ludlow is throwing a fundraiser to benefit Kids Across America, an organization that empowers inner-city children through education and athletics. You can buy your tickets to the event, which includes a chance to meet the athletic stars of Florida State and also a silent auction of memorabilia. Go to campfiresandcocktails.eventbrite.com to check it out. Well, now it's time for your sports with Matthew Hall. Matthew?
There was some great action across the world of sports this week. The NBA lockout has ended and the season will start on Christmas Day. With new free agent and trade policies, team will only have a couple of weeks to release and acquire some new players. Some big names that could be on the move are Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, and Rajon Rondo. From the NFL, Tim Tebow led the Denver Broncos in another thrilling win against the Minnesota Vikings this week, 35-32. And the Indianapolis Colts lost again, moving their already dismal record to 0-12. From Major League Baseball, the owners and players have agreed to a new collective bargaining agreement which will ensure the league 21 consecutive years of labor peace. And in college football, we saw the conference championship games this past weekend, with LSU, Wisconsin, Clemson, and Oregon all clinching spots in a BCS Bowl. LSU will play against Alabama for the national championship game. With this week's sports report, I'm Matthew Hall.
E-News' very own Giuliana, who was diagnosed with breast cancer back in October, has announced that she will be undergoing a double mastectomy and immediate reconstruction. She says that she chose to do this and will become a better woman because of it. She also says that this will encourage women to keep on their health and get checked. Now to Lauren Todd.
GOP candidate Herman Cain is leaving the race for the Republican presidential nomination. The rising populist, whose candidacy has been tangled with accusations of sexual impropriety, said Saturday that the allegations have cast a, quote, cloud of doubt over me in this campaign. Cain's campaign had been vague as to his future since Ginger White, an Atlanta woman who went public earlier last week with claims of having an affair with Cain for more than a decade. While Cain has said he has been reevaluating his candidacy, he also at times has been fiercely defiant, suggesting that unnamed enemies have been trying to do him in and vowing to press forward. White's statement came after Kane faced weeks of allegations of sexual misconduct by at least 3 women during his tenure as the head of the National Restaurant Association in the late 1990s. The scandal has taken a brutal toll on the campaign, costing him financial support, damaging him in the polls, and detracting from Kane's advocacy of the 999 tax plan that helped turn him into a household name almost overnight. Conservatives are now looking for a champion elsewhere, with most looking in the direction of Newt Gingrich. For 96 News reporting live, I'm Lauren Todd. Back to you.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, if you're a fan of the Titanic and have cash, you could actually visit it. A submarine that can only hold 3 people is offering a trip down to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean for tourists to visit the famous shipwreck. The cost is a little pricey. At $60,000 a pop, you can take the 8 to 10 hour trip 2 miles below to the seabed. With the 100-year anniversary coming up in April, people are expected to take the trip to get a glimpse. Deep Ocean Expeditions, which is the company who runs the dives, says that they soon won't be traveling to the Titanic any longer, saying that it's becoming littered with beer cans and trash bags from cruise ships and is a disrespect to the gravesite that is for people who drowned that day in 1912. Now to Victoria Garcia with a story of a school teacher who was upsetting students. Victoria?
Well, it's that time of year again where kids are starting to get excited about Santa coming to town and leaving them gifts under the tree, but one teacher in Rockland County, New York decided to ruin Christmas for a class full of second graders at George W. Miller Elementary School. The teacher told the class that Santa did not exist and it was their parents who put presents under the Christmas tree. This all started in geography class when students began to tell her that they knew where the North Pole was because that's where Santa lived. Outraged parents contacted District Superintendent Mark McNeil to investigate the matter, hoping that the teacher would be disciplined for her Grinch-like comment. One Christmas official did comment on the matter, though. Santa Claus himself was visiting kids at the Palisades Mall and said that he was saddened that this teacher had lost the spirit of Christmas. As of right now, school officials have no comment on the matter. For 96 News, I'm Victoria Garcia.
That's all the time we have left here for today, but keep it on 96 News for the latest in breaking news, weather, and sports. We'll be back after the Christmas holiday for more news broadcasts. I'm Ryan Shea. Have a great week, everyone.